the 14th over. The new batsman is just taking his strike. We're going to have to just wait to see if this is going to be a continuation of the opening bowler from the river end. Yes, it is. Comes into bowl and wild. It was a, I think it was almost a full toss, or a, almost, but it basically hit the popping crease, and he tried to step into it and play as a full toss, but missed it. So two slips and a gully. Mostly an orthodox field, saving one, and then the fine leg on the fence. Comes into bowl. And oh, playing a mess. Just stepped down the line, tried to go stump to stump in a defensive shot. He didn't actually step into the ball, instead he tried to just step where he thought the ball was going to be, and in the end it beat the outside edge quite by a margin. So two bad shots to start this batsman's innings. Comes into bowl and tries to play the shot very badly. So it was short of a length. It was outside the off stump. He tried to play a sort of cut shot, but he didn't have enough room to move his arms. So he kind of pushed it, squeezed it, and in the end it was lucky not to go straight to gully. Comes into bowl and left it alone outside the off stump. So as I was saying, it was none for 31 after 7 overs. Then 2 runs off the 8th, 2 runs off the 9th, 1 run off the 10th, 2 runs off the 11th, and then the 12th is a maiden, and then the 13th was a wicket maiden. And so the score is still just on 38. And so the run rate for Diamond Creek has completely died. Comes into bowl, and another pull straight shot, and the bowler tried to take a caught and bowled, but just wasn't able to do it. The problem was that the batsman hit the ball so badly that the ball died halfway down the pitch, and the bowler in his follow through had no chance of actually getting a hand to that. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. That ball just dies, and the keeper has to take it now near his ankles. Another maiden, 3 in a row. It is 38 for 1. And from Brisbane, Australia are still 7 wickets down. It's 7 for 246. Smith is into the 90s, and Cummins is still with him. So 60 something runs behind now are Australia as he comes into bowl, and Russell tries to play a cut shot, but it goes straight to the fielder at point for a dot ball. And once again, the Riverside fielders are not looking after their new ball. A lot of times they have thrown it into the turf through bad throwing. It comes into bowl and down the leg side, and the fielder at fine leg is unable to stop it. It's 4 runs. Very weird shot there. It seemed to be a thick top edge. In the end, it went over the heads of it went much squarer than the fine leg fielder had it, and he tried to run around and get underneath it, but in the end the ball just probably bounced just in front of the boundary line for 4. Comes into bowl and it's pulled, and the fielder at square leg has to run around to the mid-wicket boundary, and it's 4 more. And the fielder has to go right down to the goalpost area in order to collect it. So 2 boundaries in a row for Russell, and defends. Comes into bowl. It's a full toss, and it's driven straight to the fielder at cover for a dot ball. So this is, of all the innings I've seen Russell bat, this is his most impressive. Not only was he able to defend against the good balls, but then when the bad balls came and the mediocre balls came, he was able to hit them for 1s and 2s, and then the bad balls for 4s. And it's a great cover shot through the extra cover region. The two fielders at cover and mid-off are chasing it down, and they collect it, and they get 2 there. Now that was a great shot by Russell, because he actually shifted his body weight to step into it, and he drove it with the full force of his body weight. That is a really good cover drive. It is 48 for 1. Continuing to bowl at the river end. Oh wait, they've made a change. The second slip is moving to a silly mid-wicket. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone outside the off stump. So there's the silly mid-wicket. The first slip fielder has moved a bit further away, and now it looks like to be much more of an orthodox first slip rather than basically being in the keeper's pocket, which is too close. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone outside. Leaves it alone on height, actually. The ball seemed to come back in, and he was able to leave it alone because it went over the off bail. And now, now he's straightened up. Now he's much more of a silly mid-on, silly mid-on. Comes into bowl, and it's down the leg side, and it seemed to be over the top edge, and the fielder at fine leg has to run around and collect it. And they get 2. Not the best played shot, a bit of a top edge, but he gets 2 for it. He gets off the mark. And that's the half century for Diamond Creek. They are 1/4 of the way there through their run chase. Only 1 wicket down. Where have we seen this Diamond Creek throughout the rest of this season? Comes into bowl. And it's driven straight back to the bowler. He tries to take the ball down at his ankles, but he can't. It hits his boot, ricochets off, and the fielder at mid-off is able to run around and save it. Comes into bowl, and it's pulled, and it hits the helmet. Oh, that's not pleasant. But no one seems to be worried. He hit him on the grill. Into bowl. And leaves it alone. Alright. So it is 50 for 1. So we've had, I think it's 26 overs today. 10 overs from the Riverside innings, and now we've had 16 overs from Diamond Creek. This is the 17th over from Diamond Creek. So that would suggest that we would expect to see another 10 overs or so before the end, before the lunch break. And we've got to change the bowling. Looks to be a much more of a spinner, and oh dear, a very defensive field for a spinner. Why, oh why, do they have defensive fields for spinners when that's the time to really attack? Alright, comes in the bowl, and it's a gentle off spinner, and he tries to play the cut shot, and it goes straight to, well actually Point runs around the few meters to get a dot ball. The only attacking fielder is the slip. Comes into bowl, and defended. Comes into bowl, and oh, attempted, it was short. The batsman shifted, he opened up his action to try to play the pull shot. The ball did not bounce enough, and then it hit the knee of the keeper, missing the bat and missing the stumps. That's a very dangerous shot. And defended off the back foot. Dot ball. Playing horizontal shots at Mungrook Oval are always very dangerous, and you have to be very careful whenever you decide to open up your body in order to play pull shots for balls at the stumps. Comes into bowl, and this is very, very gentle off spin. He is not putting a lot of rotations on it. He might even be bowling helicopters, and he's lobbing them up rather than allowing any sort of serious spin to make them dip or turn or something. Very gentle stuff, and left alone. That's a maiden there. It's still 50 for 1. Okay, so change of the bowling. We've got we've got the double change. Looks like it's another spinner. What has this guy got in store for us? This time the field is a little bit more attacking with a slip and a gully. The helmet for the keeper. And a full toss driven back to the bowler for a dot ball. So, I'm not sure what he's bowling. It looked like a bit like off-spin darts. Let's have a look again. Oh yeah, that's actually that's almost medium pace. Some sort of mixture of medium pace and darty off-spin balls. Let's have a look at him again. Okay, that's just a medium pacer, and it's a big wild shot for 1 run there, down to the deep in the leg side. They called it catch, even though the ball landed right in the gap where there's no fielders. Comes into bowl, and taken down the leg side, and the 2 fielders there at short fine leg and square leg are able to field it for the 1 run. Russell, I think will have no troubles against this bowler. Comes into bowl, and that's more of an off-spin ball, and it's a big slog, and it's caught. Oh dear. The number 3 batsman did not look comfortable at all throughout his entire innings, and in the end kind of just played an ugly slog shot. He seemed to think that the ball was in his zone to hit it, and so he went for it. In the end, he neither tried to actually hit the 6 or hit it for 4 on the ground, and it was that ugly middle range where you sort of hit it in the air, you sort of hit it going for a boundary, and in the end he hit it way too high in the air for the ball to go for 4, and the fielder had enough time to run around and chase it down, so he gets so he got the catch. So not a very good innings there for the number 3 batsman. He will not be happy from his time today. And so the new batsman comes out. So but Russell is on strike as they crossed, and oh, that ball was the off-spin ball, and Russell tried to play it on the hip, and in the end went down to square leg for a dot ball. So that's the end of the over. It is 52 for 2. Okay, So the new batsman is to face the off spinner. And it's pulled, and it goes down into the deep. The two fielders at short fine leg and square leg have to run around, and they get the 1 run. This bowler is bowling such gentle balls. He's neither trying to bowl it, neither spinning the ball a lot or getting it flat, and he's just lobbing them up, hoping that the batsman does something stupid and throws his wicket away. Comes in a bowl, and it's defended. And the time is 2:45 now. Comes in the bowl, and it's cut, and the fielder misjudges the bounce, and so the fielder at point, and that's why they're going to come back for 2. Good running there, especially the call by Russell for the second, and able to take on the fielder's arm, because that fielder at point is not the fastest or has the best arm. Comes into bowl, and it's a huge lob ball, and that got exactly what it deserved, and that's 4. That is just awful. In order to bowl, in order to try to bat, I don't know what the bowler's trying to do. What is he trying to get the batsman to do? Trying to get him out stumped? Trying to get him to a slog top edge, caught in the covers? I don't know what. Comes in the bowl, and defended off the back foot. Because unless he's turning the ball a lot, how is he going to beat the batsman in the flight? So how do you actually get wickets? Comes into bowl, and cut, and the fielder at cover runs around and collects it, and so a dot ball there. 7 runs were scored off that over. It's 59 for 2. So this is the 20th over now. Diamond Creek continue to bat to score at about 3 runs per over. Comes into bowl, and what was that? That was a wide, was it? I think it was a wide. Comes into bowl, and plays it down to to fine leg, and they get the 1 run. So now Russell is to face this bowler. Comes into bowl, and defended. So the fielders slip, gully, orthodox cover, orthodox point, orthodox mid-off, deep-ish, straight-ish mid-on, then a deep-ish square leg. Comes in the bowl, and it's a no ball. And then it's a short fine leg, and then a mid-wicket on the fence, right next to the goalposts. Very unusual for a no ball to be called. And it's an inside edge, and it goes down to fine leg, and they decide not to take a run. Comes into bowl, and it's a driven, and they're going to take the run, they're going to pinch it, and the throw comes in, and it misses, and so a run there for Russell. Very aggressive batting by Russell, very nice to see that. Let's see if he keeps expanding his stroke play as he gets more and more into his innings. I'd like to see that very much so. Comes into bowl, and left alone. So a huge gap at the extra mid-wicket region and the extra cover region and the third man backward point region. And he throws for the pull shot, and in the end the fielder at square leg runs around to stop it. So a long over there with 2 sundries, 4 runs in total were scored off it. It is 63 for 2. Trying to adjust this field. Okay, now they're happy with it. Comes into bowl. And that's a more of a flatter ball. I like that ball much better. That ball actually looked like he was trying to... You have to allow not just the pace that you give the ball to make it dip, but you actually make it the spin of the ball make it dip. Comes into bowl. And that's a good ball, that's a good ball. Now he's actually allowing his wrists to spin the ball rather than just his fingers looping them up. Comes into bowl, and ooh. I don't know what advice this bowler has taken since the end of the last over, but these 3 balls have been much better than what he did last over. Comes into bowl, and defended off the back foot by Russell. Russell is very watchful. It's not going to be far away from the lunch break. And it's aggressively hit by Russell, and it's an inside edge, and the fielder at short fine leg runs around and stops it for a dot ball. So we're approaching 3 o'clock. It's 10 minutes to 3 o'clock. Comes into bowl. And down the leg side. And that's a maiden, so it's still 63 for 2. Australia still have not lost another wicket. They are 7 for 256, just less than 50 runs behind England's score, with Smith and Cummins still in. Here at the Mungrook Oval, he continues to bowl, and it's down the leg side, and it's a dot ball. So the time is 2:51. So you would expect 5 overs, hopefully 5 overs more. Comes into bowl, and leg glanced, and the fielder finally throws it in, and it's a dot. It's 1 run. Sorry, 1 run there. The score moves on to 64. So Russell moves on to strike. Comes into bowl and plays a cutty short of shot straight to the fielder at cover for a dot ball. Yeah. Comes into bowl, and it's a half volley. Then he drives it and he goes for the run, and the fielder bumbles it, and that allows him to get the run. And they've decided to swap the field around, so now the gap at mid-wicket is plugged up, and the fielder, there's no more fielder at slip. Instead he is fielding at gully, so there's no other than the gully, there's no attacking fielders, and the mid-wicket is coming into an orthodox mid-wicket. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's a drop catch. Oh dear. It was a short wide outside the off stump. The batsman decided to swivel around to the leg side to try to pull it, and the fielder at mid-wicket made a diving attempt, getting one hand onto it, but the ball going to ground, and then they ran it for the 1 run there. Comes into bowl. And oh, it's an edge! The slip is gone! The slip was taken out, and that would have been a very nice catch for the slip. And they get 2 runs there. Oh no! Oh no! Is the train going off the rails for Riverside? 5 runs were scored off that over. It is 68 for 2. So the off-spin bowler is going to be continuing. Let's have a look at the field. Comes into bowl, and oh, steps way inside that. Okay, so this is an interesting field. Mid-off is about 3-4 meters in than he usually is. He's not that far away from the bowler, so he comes into bowl and defended. So mid-off is a little bit in, but then cover and mid-on are a bit out, and so is point, and there's a huge gap at the cover point region. Comes in a bowl and left alone. So if the batsman wanted to either step away to play a cut shot through the cover point region or try to hit it over into the long off region, he's welcome to do so. And he leaves it that alone. That would have been probably the ball to cut, but considering that he would be hitting against the spin and with uncertain bounce, that's a very risky shot. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, and it's pulled away, and the fielder at fine leg is able to take it on the first bounce, and they only get the 1 run from that shot. There's 2 fielders on the deep, which is the fine leg fielder, who is kind of about 20 meters off the fence, and he's quite square, and then mid wicket. Oh, that's a cut shot, and the fielder at backward point is able to take it. So just the 1 run off that. It's 69 for 2. Comes into bowl. It's another, it looked like it was going to be a full toss, but then it fell on the batsman just before, so he played it as a half volley, pushed it to mid-on for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and it's a thick top edge, and it goes down to the backward point fielder for 1 run. This is the 24th over, so Diamond Creek continue to be scoring at about 3 runs per over. Comes into bowl, and it's defended well by Russell. That was the faster ball, and Russell got into position early enough to defend it. Comes into bowl, and pulled, and the fielder at square leg is able to stop it. So, does Riverside have any more tricks to use before the lunch break? They would use them about now. Comes in the bowl, and and Bizz. It burst through the gloves of the keeper. And they've decided not to take a bye. So dot ball there. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and it's the misfield. The fielder at point once again misjudging the spin of the ball, and they get 1 run from that. It's 71 for 2. Comes into bowl. Oh, that is a very dangerous ball. The ball that is short of a land foul outside the off stump. The batsman thinks he can play the cut shot. He opens up his body. Comes into bowl, and it's defended. And then the ball both spins back in and it bounces less. It beats the bat, and then hits the pad or hits the stumps. It's very dangerous. It's a very good wicket-taking ball at Mungrook. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, and it's driven straight to mid-wicket, and it's a bit of a bumble field by the fielder, but in the end he collects it in. Comes into bowl, and it's another half volley, and this time driven, attempted to drive it mostly off the back with his weight on the back foot, but in the end straight back to the bowler for a dot ball. 4 dot balls off this over, despite Russell's aggression, and defended. We've now hit 3 o'clock, so we might expect 2 more overs to go if these two continue to bowl these very fast overs. And that's caught. And so just on the very brink of the lunch break, The wicket has fallen and Russell has has succumbed to the pressure, has been unable to hold on until the lunch break, and so the wicket has fallen and it is a wicket maiden. $71 for 3 now, and we haven't yet reached the point where the players will be going off for tea for the lunch, so they're gonna have to keep playing, keep going. So a new batsman right on the cusp of the end of the session. It's a left-hander. Alright, very aggressive with the lunch break not far away. Comes in the bowl and defended. So, slip, second slip, third slip, leg gully, silly mid on, silly cover, short point, comes in the bowl. Oh, beats the outside edge, lunges for it to defend it, and then orthodox square leg, orthodox mid off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes into bowl, and it's a spilt catch and it goes through the slip cordon and they get the 1 run. They were building towards that, feeling that that batsman was vulnerable. Oh, they didn't get a run from it. So that was a dot ball. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Pressure's starting to build now. After all, it's 3 wickets down, 130 something runs to win. Lunch is not far away. Comes into bowl. Oh. So this is the field. Everyone is basically attacking, except for square leg, who is in an orthodox position. So everyone else is attacking. Last ball of the over comes into bowl. Oh, well defended. A maiden. It's still 71 for 3. It looks as if Steve Smith has scored his century, and it's the slowest century he's ever scored, with a strike rate in the 30s. Comes into bowl and left alone. So now Diamond Creek just trying to survive the rest of the session after losing the most valuable wicket of Russell. Now they need to think about how they're going to rebuild. How are they actually going to try and win this game by chasing down this target as the second half of the day's play will resume after the break. An extra attacking field, a short mid-wicket, maybe a silly mid-wicket, comes into bowl and driven, but the fielder at mid-on, mid-off runs around to stop it. So slip and a silly mid-wicket comes into bowl, and oh, that is a very, very dangerous ball to leave. Comes into bowl and pulled. Oh, it's a wicket! A wicket! At the very cusp of the lunch break, a sucker ball, short, easy to play, get into position to play the pull shot, and in the end top edged, and the batsman should be absolutely furious with himself with giving up his wicket with lunch break just a few moments away. Well, what a change we've just seen in the last 10 minutes. Riverside have gone from being very worried that they might actually have to defend this score, it might actually threaten to get chased down, to suddenly a situation where Diamond Creek are not sure how they're actually going to stay in this game. It's 71 for 4. The two players are walking off. That's the lunch break. And there go the Riverside players. So the score has gone from 71 for 2 to now 71 for 4. And not only has Russell and Farah gone, but now 2 more. The only batsman who is in right now is the left-hander, who did not look very comfortable. And so we are in for something very interesting come the second half of the day's play after the lunch break. Alright, so let's take a break now, and when we come back after the break, we are going to see the second half. This is Channel 8, the local sports network, in association with Bizz 99.9 FM Substitute Radio. I am your host, lead commentator, and the managing producer of sport production, Chukka Wilson. We will see you after the break.
Camera starts the shower scene. I wield the knife, the girl screams, but she sounded like a wounded hen. The camera stops, we try again. Take 19, the shower scene. The cameraman got caught between the curtains, so he blew the take. The director says to take a break. It's the second break this afternoon. Her fingers look like shriveled prunes, and she's screaming at the makeup man to get the wrinkles off her hands. Why'd I go to school to act? There's no one here but freaks and hacks. These drama queens have got me down. I wanna kill this whole damn town. Not some B-list shower scene with a plastic knife and sound effects, like a porno flick without the sex. But I'll grin and bear this lousy film, and I'll play my stupid part until I get my break and land a role where I don't need to puncture holes in bodies.